It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. Everyone sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Politics have no relation to morals. Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. One change always leaves the way open for the establishment of others. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. It is a double pleasure to deceive the deceiver. The more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see through it. A wise ruler ought never to keep faith when doing so would be against his interests. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. Tardiness often robs us of opportunity. Fortune is a woman, and if you want to keep her under, you must beat her and treat her roughly. He who builds on the people builds on mud. Wars begin when you will, but they do not end when you please. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. The nature of man is such that people consider themselves bound to as much as they can. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Men are more ready to offend someone beloved than someone who is feared. He who overcomes his enemies by force overcomes half their enmity. The man who adapts to the times prospers. Men generally judge more by the eye than by the hand. Princes who have done great things have always considered keeping their word of little account. The ends justify the means. People are, by nature, fickle. The simple virtues of one man sometimes cause a return to first principles in a republic. The ruler who relies solely on their good fortune will fall. There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. He who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. A wise prince should establish himself on that which is in his control. Fear is maintained by a dread of punishment, which never fails. A prudent man profits from his enemies. Princes are not bound to keep faith when such observance would be against their interest. The strongest indication of wisdom is the ability to change. There is nothing more difficult to take in hand than to establish a new order of things. People should either be caressed or crushed. A prince must have no other object or thought but war. A return to first principles is the only way to maintain liberty. Good arms make good laws. The great majority of humanity is satisfied with appearances, as though they were realities. Success depends on preparation. A prince should be slow to punish and quick to reward. He who does not trust will not be trusted. Fortune favors the bold.